Just a quick live update at the shack. Syrup season 2019. Bit of fun out at the shack. Sap's not running today, but we got to catch up with our boiling. Boiling away. Oh, I have one viewer. Hello, who's ever's watching. Welcome to Canada. Not sure if you're able to comment. I don't do these live streams very often. A little noisy out at the shack today.
Oui. C'était dur à manger, t'as regardé le style de bois.
There's our sap for the day. It was right at the top when we started. Started about 2 o'clock. Four percent. It was at 4% this morning when we checked it. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or a Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I helped WT Farm Girl set up her her vacuum pump. hopefully it works out for her. Worked out really good for me. I saw she did a live stream this morning too, so I haven't put a video up in a while, so I thought I'd just do a quick quick live thing. Been so busy, it's been so busy here. This year we have 200 taps, and normally we do 400, but we brought it down this year just because we had a lot of syrup left over from last year, and I was too lazy to put the buckets up. We put a few buckets up around the shack, but normally we put 200 buckets up, but this year we have about maybe only 30, and about 200 on the vacuum air pump system. Yeah, the SureFlow. Yeah, we have 200 on the SureFlow. Little party going on out here. It's 3/16 pipe. The thing we did different from Suzanne is that we didn't use a main line, so we brought all the 3/16 right to the pump. So we have a manifold at the pump that we have 8 lines of the 3/16 that come from the trees all the way to the pump box. So I think you're asking, like, how much does it cost to set up like this? Is that what you're asking? Oh, oh. Do you want to know what I tell my wife, or what I actually spent? This the pans here were about 3,000. Everything else I built myself, so all the firebox and everything I built myself. Everything else is reclaimed, just regular stovepipe. I got that off the used internet site. All right, just gotta put some wood in the fire. All right, not sure if you're able to see that. Just using my iPhone. This is a meter that tells us how much we've done today. 301 liters. We're in Canada, so we're on the good old metric system. And this is how many liters per minute. Goes through this little turbine. That's the sap coming in from the tank. You can see the tank there open behind the tree. Oh, right there. Right there is the pipe coming from the tank. It comes out there, and then into the shack here. We got these connectors so we can take it all apart and clean it. And here, another connector. The turbine that runs the meter. And then this is just the float box. So this is a floating float. I don't know what it's called. And so as the sap goes down in this pan, as it's evaporated, this just slowly lets in what it needs to keep it at the right level. So you can see the level here. I always make sure it's above this line here, because if it goes below that, I risk burning the pan. So the flues of the pan come to about here. I don't know if you can see them in there. So it's, if you can see those lines that are, oh, where am I? Right there. Those lines. So those, the top of those is just a little bit below where that would be. So this is that's the level of what's in that pan. Getting closer. Here's our filter. We've done a few drops. And you can see the finished product down there. I'll filter it again before I bottle it. Here's the old Skidoo. We built the shack here because we got this tree here. It's about 400 years old. We don't even tap it. It's a 2x6 evaporator. Yeah, that's right, around 35. I've seen it as high as 40 with good wood. But I like that speed. That's roughly a gallon an hour, gallon of syrup an hour. An imperial gallon that is. It's cold here today. It's below zero. There's the messy woodshed. See, we didn't even put these buckets up this year. Next year we will, though. Next year we'll make sure we have enough firewood. Here's our batteries. So we're running all on solar right now. There's the inverter, batteries. So this is what turns your 12 volts into AC, 115 AC. All the wires coming in. No, not in Ontario, in Quebec. In Quebec, you got to be part of the federation. You got to give a part of your syrup to the federation, and you only get paid for it once they sell it. So it could actually be in the warehouse for years before they sell your barrel of syrup, and that's when you get paid for that syrup that you made. There's a documentary about it on Netflix. I forget what it's called. It's a good documentary on the that explains the Quebec Federation. You'll see me doing this here. I always wipe this down. It tends to drip water down and makes a mess. We have some doors that run off. You can see the cable here, so we can open and close the cupola doors by that crank there. So you can see the wire goes up. It goes up into just a couple of pulleys up there, and then it goes down to each door. Okay, yeah. No, in Ontario. We're close to the Quebec border, though. We're only about 20 minutes from the Quebec border. Here's some of the things we use for checking the syrup, the hydrometer. Yeah, that's right, for sure. Yeah, you got to, especially by the end of the season, if you don't do that, you get little splashes over of sap, and it just gets all sticky, gets all, so. You can see my evaporator is starting to deteriorate there. So this after this season, I'm going to have to replace the door opening here. I do run a blower. Yeah, it's right there. There's 2 blowers. They run off the solar panel, so they blow right up underneath the fire. So that's what this switch over here is. When I fire this the evaporator, I turn this off. That turns the fan off. And yeah, I fire it every 11 minutes. Getting close. Not sure what else I can show you. Oh, this is I think someone was asking about how I sanitize the lines. So this is my backpack. I go out, and it's like an alcohol solution that we use to sanitize the lines. And it's got a little what's your draw? We've probably drawn up about 2 gallons so far. So yeah, when we take the taps out of the tree, it is for sure. Yeah, it's a good day today too. Nothing to do in the spring up here. So we yeah, sit and make maple syrup. So we take this and you take the tap out. You put the end of the tap in there, and it's measured out how much. You usually put 200 mils into each tap, and it goes in through the lines. And by the time you do all your taps, you got enough solution. And I just leave it in there all year. And at the start of the year, we rinse it out with water, and then we usually let the first hour or 2 of sap kind of just flush the rest of the lines out, and then we're good for the season. This is the float box that goes from the raised flue pan, which the level is up here. The level of sap is up here, and this float just controls it so that when it goes into this pan, it's only about 1.5 inches deep in that pan. Hey, you too. Take care. I think I'm going to end this soon. I'm going to do a draw off there, and thanks for watching. All right, I'm gonna end it there. I got a whole bunch of videos coming up with all my setting up my pump and stuff like that. Bringing it out to the bush and stuff like that. Just been so busy, haven't been able to get anything online. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys all again soon.